The podcast you're about to hear involves true stories, which may contain graphic content that is not suitable for children. Listener's discretion is advised. This is Esoteric Oddities.
Can I ask you a serious question?
Lay it on me.
Are you a Twizzlers girl or a Red Vines girl?
You know I'm Twizzlers. You like the pull-aparts.
I fucking love the pull-aparts. So my thing is like, why...
Why didn't we bring them down here?
Oh my God, that would have been such a mess. Why can't why is it always NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? Why can't I like both? You know? Like, I like Red Vines and I like the pull-apart Twizzlers, the regular Twizzlers. The regular Twizzlers can suck my ass. They're awful. They're not awful. They're just like inconvenient.
Wait, what's the difference between the red and the pull-aparts? The reds are the strawberries, right? The strawberry ones?
Yeah, but like they're just regular Twizzlers.
Oh, that's what I like.
You don't like the pull-apart ones?
No, I like them, but I don't prefer them. I prefer the reds.
I love the pull-aparts, but I don't pull them apart. I just bite them like a fucking beast.
Ooh, like a rope.
Like a rope. Oh, speaking of, I had Nerds rope for the first time in ages the other night.
How did you even eat that?
I was drunk.
Oh.
I don't remember, but it was like it was literally sugar.
Yeah, and as soon as you rip it out of your mouth, all the fucking
beads
nerds
fall
go
off.
everywhere.
Nerds.
Aren't they nerds?
Yeah, I call them beads. Hey guys, this is
You're
Esoteric Oddities.
Welcome. Welcome to our new, old, and sometimey followers.
Yeah. I just want to introduce Sarah to the MacBook fam jam.
I got a MacBook Air because, you know, I'm moving.
And it's broken.
Yeah.
I'll write it off. It's a business expense. It's fine.
Yikes.
Don't worry
Ouch.
You want to know something really weird that's been happening?
I look like a PC girl and I have a Mac.
Well, because you're basic.
Ew. You wish I was basic. Anyway,
Cynthia Nixon is haunting me.
Wait, I felt that. You said that and I was like, this isn't good. I feel like it's really going to consume him.
So I was watching Sex and the City and I open up Twitter and the first tweet I see is Cynthia Nixon running for governor, which is great. And she has I didn't look into it. I'm not even going to pretend I did. But I watched the video. It was on silent though. And it looked like a lot of people smiling and a lot of help. This is too political. I'm probably going to get backlash for that. But here we are. So I was like, wow, that's so funny watching Sex and the City. There's Cynthia Nixon running for governor. And then the next day I'm listening to Anna Faris. She has a podcast. It's called Unqualified. It's like Anna Faris is unqualified and she brings on guests and they take phone calls and shit like that. Well, I was listening to an old episode from when she started it. I think it was 2015 or 2016 and it was Aubrey Plaza who was on it. And I'm listening to them talking and the question was if you go missing or you're murdered, who should we look into? And she goes, Cynthia Nixon. And I had to turn the radio off.
See, she's haunting you.
I'm being
She wants
haunted.
you to move to New York and vote for her.
And then today.
Play your part.
Today, this very day, I am listening to this guy on SoundCloud and I just put his mix on shuffle while I'm at work. And a song comes on from 11 months ago and the picture is Cynthia Nixon. So you guys,
Cynthia,
if I go...
she's a really cool dancer. Cynthia, move it to the groove now. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God. We should
make her campaign. This is why she's reaching out to you.
We should learn about her campaign first. Fuck it. No politicians do. If the money's good, I'll do it. Right?
I wish I could share a tweet with you that I posted today, but I can't.
Oh, you can share it for the tweet of the week and I know exactly what you're talking about. And I was going to like it, but... So, Sarah, do you want to tell us what our topic is today?
Our topic, picked by yours truly, is urban legends. Have you guys ever seen the movie The Holidays? It's on Netflix.
I love how you're asking it
because answer in their heads.
Okay, perfect.
You know?
Yeah. You could have made it if you haven't seen Holidays, you should check it out. But that's okay. It's your creative license. Want
to suck my dick some more?
Oh, are you asking me or the listeners?
Oh, good. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I didn't.
Anyway.
Okay.
just some friendly banter.
Is this mine? I hate that word.
I know, same.
Fuck your banter.
But for real, if you haven't seen The Holidays, you should really see it. It's basically it goes in order of the holidays, and it's like some folklore stories.
And each holiday was a different director.
Yeah, and it's really, really good. 1010 would recommend.
The first time I was trying to watch it, it kept buffering. It was pissing me off.
I want to show the movie to so many people, but I know a lot of people wouldn't get it, so I can't, and I'm upset about it. But I think you guys would really like it.
Your intelligence is just like
too much for them.
For your subpar friends.
Okay, let's jump in.
But wait, you know how The Incredibles 2 is coming out?
Yeah.
And their last name is Parr? If you were in The Incredibles, your name would be Subpar.
Oh, shit. I love that.
It was an insult.
Oh.
But I'm glad you like it.
Oh. Okay.
Who's going first? Oh, I go first.
Oh, yeah.
So you have 2, correct? And I have 3.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I think I'm like more than 3, but oh well. So my first urban legend, I didn't want to do any like of the shit you've already heard. As I say, like most people have probably already heard this, but like my urban legends, they're not like other legends. Okay, so my first one is that you know how people used to say that there were real skeletons in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? It's not such an urban legend after all.
Ooh, dun dun dun.
Wait, were we doing urban legends or urban legends that turned out true?
Urban legends that turned out true.
Perfect. Stick around and stick a finger up your butt.
Ooh.
So
my favorite pastime.
So Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean was built in 1967, and it was the last ride that Walt Disney himself supervised. So before the passengers' boats were completed, the Imagineers pushed him through on a dolly and like solicited his feedback. So Imagineers are Disney's term for park creative employees. They took the word imagine and the word engineer and pushed them together. That's so creative.
Cute, so creative.
Creative. That's so creative. They could also channel that energy into finding out what happened to the missing Disney cruise member.
I was gonna say that.
Please refer to the previous episode. So he loved it. Walt Disney, Walt, as I used to refer to him, he's great. He loves it. He's like, this is awesome. You guys did a great job. He was especially happy that each time a guest would go through, they would hear something new and different.
It seems like Disney always has some shit.
Mm.
It started with Britney Spears and the Mickey Mouse Club. And then I went all the way to the sea. And now the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, this was in the 60s. So,
so that was before Britney.
Yeah, just a couple years though. She was born in 69. So building the ride involved a close collaboration between the machine shop, the animatronic team, the sculpting team, the wardrobe department. You know, everybody was putting all their shit in, everybody going full throttle. And it cost $15 million at the time. So in today's currency, that's $106 million for a ride.
Ooh, gimme that.
That doesn't even go upside down, y'all. After, you know, they created such realistic mayhem on the ride. If you haven't been on it, you're missing out. You're really missing out. They changed it though. The old, like, I haven't been on the new one since they turned it into like the movie. No, you know what? That's a lie. I did go on it since they changed it.
Are you going to Orlando next month?
Yeah, maybe I'll stop by.
You should go there.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll just be in the neighborhood. Step on in. So they were disappointed about the faux skeletons at the period because back then it was just not convincing enough. It was probably like fucking styrofoam or something carved out of like a plastic pool noodle. Those weren't plastic.
I loved those. They were my favorite pool toy. There's something wrong with me today. I'm so sorry.
Did you ever like dunk them underwater and then put your mouth on it and then blow it out?
And there would be like water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun time.
So the faux skeletons at the time, they were just not convincing enough. So Disney producer Jason Surreal, ooh, that's an interesting last name, in his book Pirates of the Caribbean, From Magic Kingdom to the Movies, he wrote about this, and he hit up his friends at the use, or no, he didn't. He wrote this book, but he was writing that at the time, good old Walt, as I used to call him, we used to kick it like buds. they hit up their friends at UCLA Medical Center, and they got some grisly props from the anatomy department. So eventually fake skeleton technology improved, and they got a new generation of Imagineers, if you will. And they replaced the real ones because they had gotten real skeletons. They replaced the real ones with, the new fake plastic things. The skeletons were returned to their countries of origin and given a proper burial. Those are quoted. But can we trust Disney? Question mark. So some fans, though, are not convinced about that last part. Rumors have it that several of the real skeletons were never replaced and have been swirling around the Disney community for a while, and they've become a popular topic of discussion on fan blogs for the past couple of years. So the ride is known for its convincing illusions. There's a burning town part, and it's so realistic that an Anaheim fire chief almost shut down the ride because he thought that it was really burning down. So these small pieces of alleged reality have drawn a lot of attention. So people disagree on exactly which remains remain, if you will. It's just a little joke I have with myself, I guess. So after an investigation, Jason Petros of the Ears Up podcast concluded that there were 3 skeletons. So there's 2 real skeletons that come from a real human body that are still on the ride today. He said 2 at least parts. So he said 2 skulls on a small island after the second waterfall and a whole torso trapped under a beam in a burning jailhouse. They cite that extra details on the inside of the skull and around the nose and small holes and such are evidence to, persuade him that he thinks that it's real. So Josh of Disneyland Report points to the skull and crossbones decorated above a headboard of an ornate bed. He said that is quite possibly a real skull that is still there.
Ooh.
He said if you look closely, you'll notice that they're darker and more aged than the rest of the skeletons on the ride. David Erickson of Fresh Baked Disney, okay.
Oh, okay.
Has heard that this particular skull was, quote, donated by an Imagineer. The blog Disney Dose even got a cast member to confirm this theory. I've heard there are 2 more, she said, but I haven't found them yet.
Ooh.
She left us with a cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
So I think that's really interesting. I also think it's interesting that Poltergeist used real skeletons in that as well.
Right. So, Raymond Robinson, also known as Charlie No Face.
Oh, he's from Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, you know about this? Damn.
Yeah. I know my urban legends.
Right. So, as you all know,
people might not know.
Oh, well. If you don't know, he was a figure of urban legend who terrorized the western part of Pennsylvania at night. The truth actually is that he was a normal man. He had been disfigured as a result of a childhood accident. And he would not go out during the day in public because he didn't want people to see him, so he would go out at night. And, people are mean and cruel. So they made fun of him.
I've seen a picture of him, but I don't know if it's really him or not.
That one...
Yeah. Do you think it's him?
Too. I don't know. It says that he lost his eyes and his nose and had disfigured lips and ears.
Right.
But that one was really it looks like they literally went to Photoshop
and just blurred his face out.
Literally. Twisted it around. So in March 2007, the Times published a story by a reporter named Bob Botter on Ray Robinson, also known as Charlie No Face or the Green Man.
Oh. Because people said he glowed green.
Yes. So he suffered an electrical accident in 1918 in Beaver Falls when he was 8 years old.
Aww.
Right. His injuries were that of lost eyes and nose. He suffered from disfigured lips and ears. His left arm was burned off at the elbow.
Ooh.
Right. And, when people saw this, they were probably like, what?
Yeah.
And especially because he only came out at night, so.
That's so sad.
I know, right? So this apparently was in, the 1940s.
Just trying to take a little stroll. Oh, yeah, and then those stories stuck around.
Right. So, teens and cars would cruise Copal New Gailey Road, curious, which was also called Route 351, curious to catch a glimpse of Robinson when he took his night walks. And he would pose for pictures in exchange for cigarettes.
Oh,
Right.
that's so sad. That's actually really fucking sad.
So, I know, right? So, locally, he got the name Charlie No Face or the Green Man because of his glow of his skin.
He didn't really glow, though, did he?
I think he just had a greenish tint, probably because...
Maybe.
Robinson died in 1985, but the legend only grew larger because of the internet.
Hi, Internet.
Right. Bauder wrote in 2007, he's a ghost. He's a boogeyman. He's a poor factory worker who fell into a vat of acid. He was hit by lightning. He worked for a power company and was zapped while climbing a utility pole, or while climbing a tree as a boy to retrieve a kite, or to look at a bird's nest. He's literally making things up.
Well, those are the urban legends.
Right, exactly. So he also writes, he haunts Copal New Gailey Road in Big Beaver, or a deserted industrial area near Newcastle, or an old railroad tunnel in South Park.
Isn't that what you nicknamed your vagina? Big Beaver?
Yeah, sure. It was actually Fat Patty.
I'm suing you.
Why?
I don't know. Cynthia Nixon's on it, though.
Because I'm so funny? Is that why?
Yeah. It's definitely not that.
And then this man also wrote, he's one of the kindest human beings on the face of the earth, despite his horrible disfigurement. The last one is the truth, according to a relative, but the truth has been obscured by decades of lies.
The last one, so they're saying he was a kid who was trying to get into a tree?
Yeah.
Aww.
Right. No, I think they're saying that he was kind.
Oh.
Right. Like
I thought she was
that.
saying that the last story that you mentioned was true. Well, shit. Don't judge a book by its cover. I hate those like videos kids are making.
Don't do it. So Elwood City native Tisha York tried to write a movie on him, but it never went into effect. They were going to call it Route 351.
But was it going to be a documentary, or was it going to be like a play on the urban legend and just paint it in a really bad light?
I think it was going to be like a remake, like a movie remaking his life. She says, as long as I live, I will hold the rights to this movie. I believe that Ray deserves a story that is true.
Probably a biopic.
And shows the incredible fortitude and bravery that he had in his family and the life that he lived and the people that he touched. There's some videos on YouTube if you guys want to check them out. The story of Ray Robinson and Route 351.
Doesn't it have something to do with a tunnel? Like, wasn't the legend that if you drive in a tunnel and you turn the lights on, you'll see him?
Yeah, because he walks there.
So I only know that part because I went to this tunnel with my friend Gabby. And it was back when I was like making my first YouTube videos in like 2009. And it was when we first turned 16. There's this tunnel, it was really far away. And we're driving and we go in there and we were going to see how long we could sit in the tunnel with the lights off. It wasn't very long.
No.
We used to do that. We used to drive in like the scariest roads and we would see who would like last longer or like who would get out of the car and like walk the furthest in the dark.
There were these tunnels in my hometown and that were like trolleys would go through them. I don't know why. But there was this one tunnel. It was called, I think it was 9119, something like that. I forget the name of it now, but like there would be like devil worshippers there.
Ooh.
Yeah. Scandalous.
You live by Centralia. Hold on, let me finish my story.
I do.
So we went like, ooh, spooky ghost hunting. Let's go see like urban legends.
Spooky. Ooh.
So we're driving on our way back and it's the middle of the night. It was like 1:00. We're on the highway and there's traffic at 1 a.m. and we're like, this is fucking annoying. Here they were doing construction. There's like police cars everywhere. We hear like a screech behind us and then our car just like flies forward. Here, thank God there was a cop in front of us because the dude who hit us sped off in front of us and tried to like, he was driving on like the side of the road. Well, they got him out of the car. He had had like a pill bottle in his pocket and he threw it at Gabby's car and it like went under the car and the cop went over and picked it up and it was so fucking awkward because Gabby was upset. I was like trying to handle the situation as a 16-year-old and they're arresting this guy like on the hood of Gabby's car and he's yelling that the pill bottle is ours, that we threw it out the window, and the cops are like, no, like we definitely just like watched you do that. And
what would you do if he said if like that they didn't see that and
they definitely he like was not, he was like fucked up.
Oh, okay.
Because then they found out that what he had previously that day, like hours before, he was reported in a hit and run, his license plate, and he just tried to do it again. He was like super fucked up. Then we got a thing in the mail that we were gonna have to like go to court, so we went and we picked out our court outfits. We never got to go though, but we did. That's like
fucked up.
But a year later we got this thing in the mail. My mom called me. She was like, what's going on? Like, I got a thing in the mail for the court. It has your name on it. And she's like, can I open it? And I was like, oh dear God, yes.
Right.
She opened it and it literally was just like years later it was just giving me a follow-up of what happened to the dude.
What happened?
I don't remember. He's like in jail or some shit. But yeah, don't drink and drive because you put other people in danger too. It was scary as shit. She drove a 2003 Chrysler Sebring and it's not the safest of cars. It had a canvas top and I mean luckily we weren't like moving, like it could have been so much worse, but you know, something tells me maybe we shouldn't have gone out to the spooky tunnel that night. If we didn't, then we wouldn't have been all fucked up. Yes, that was just my little side story. Sorry to take you away from Charlie.
It's okay. That's it.
Charlie Soft Skin.
Charlie No Face.
Yes.
I think he really deserved more.
I know, that's really sad. A person who like can't go out except that night.
Because he doesn't want people to see him like
Now and Then. Crazy Pete.
Oh my God, yes. Now and Then, that really, that movie really.
It hits home.
It hits home, and also there were some parts where I was like, what? So like, is the shadow that they saw real? Is it a real ghost?
Which shadow?
Remember when...
Oh, we'll talk. I'll tell you.
Yes. Because remember when she was in her room and she saw like that shadow on her wall? I forget which one it was.
She saw the shadow on her wall because the door was opening because her little sister was coming into a room because her parents were arguing because her parents got a divorce and it was really taboo to have your parents divorced.
Taboo.
You guys should see that movie if you haven't seen it. And that's so crazy because you were just singing that song. You were singing the Archies, Sugar. You were just singing that song. It came full circle. I guess that's all we got for you guys.
It comes full circle.
I'm going to take a shot every time you sing.
I can't help it. I enjoy it.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Is it my turn?
It's your germs.
All right. So, urban legend. I feel like we should have like a fire. Like the Midnight Society. So, I'm sure you heard this, right? Someone falls asleep. A little critter crawls in their nose.
No, please don't. Oh my God. Can I go somewhere else? I don't want to hear this because I'm going to be thinking about things crawling in me.
So, Derbyshire resident Rochelle Harris had just returned from a holiday in Peru when she began developing shooting pains in her face. The 27-year-old initially thought little of it and presumed the problem would quickly disappear, but the following day she woke up to find a strange liquid covering her pillow and began hearing scratching sounds inside her head. Increasingly concerned by the discomfort, she decided to go to the Accident and Emergency Department in the Royal Derby Hospital. But she was told the problem would likely be a simple ear infection or a mosquito bite. It was only after she was referred to the local ear, nose, and throat clinic for an hour-long examination that they confirmed that it was an infection, and the sickening truth?
Yes.
The sickening truth of the problem became clear. So she was talking to Discovery Channel for a new documentary series called Bugs, Bites, and Parasites. And she said, quote, "My mom asked her, 'Can you see what it is?' And the doctor said, 'If you don't mind, I'd prefer to speak to a registrar before I tell you anything.' And she added, 'My mom said,'" I think they are from Britland. My mom said, please tell us. And then, I'm just going to stop right there. My mom said, please tell us. And that's when the doctor said, 'You've got maggots in your ear.' I burst into tears instantly. I was scared. I wondered if they were in my brain. I thought to myself, this could be very, very serious. What the fuck would you do? What would you do?
I would honestly take something and shove it in my ears.
So doctors immediately tried to remove the maggots from her ear canal, but the deeper they probed, the further the maggots went inside her head, eventually disappearing from sight. So basically they went in to try to chase them out, and the maggots were like, catch me later, bitch, and crawled further into her ear canal, which, if you don't know, it's pretty close to your brain.
Brain, yes.
So a brain scan was swiftly ordered to figure out where exactly the maggots were hiding and exactly how many there were, as concerns grew that they would reach the brain. Had the maggots done so, the doctors were concerned that it would cause meningitis, even lead to fatal internal bleeding or partial paralysis should they begin to eat away at nerves and blood vessels. So despite the terrifying possibilities, the brain scan revealed that the maggots burrowing inside her head left pretty much the whole area untouched, only chewing a 12-millimeter hole in the ear canal. Oh, that's it. They just chewed just a little 12-millimeter hole in your ear canal.
No.
So doctors decided the best course of treatment to remove the maggots was to flood the ear with olive oil. I should have had a trigger warning before this. If you're triggered by maggots in ears, rewind and don't listen to this part. So Harris said, it was the longest few hours of my life. I had to wait overnight to see if the treatment worked. I just wanted them out of me, and now I knew it was causing sensations, and the sound made it all the worse. She heard scratching inside her head.
No.
It probably sounded like this.
That's fucking disgusting.
That's my beard, by the way. Yeah, that's pretty gnarly. So unfortunately, the tactic failed, but the following day, the doctors were able to remove 2 living maggots that had been flushed out of the entrance of the ear. But concerned that, they may have missed a few, they conducted a full re-examination of her ear. They were shocked to discover there were 8 large larvae they dubbed a mass of maggots. And when the patient was sedated, the creatures were easier to get out, after the olive oil experiment, and the doctors were able to remove them. The analysis found that larvae had been laid by a New World Army screw worm fly. So then Harris remembered that while she was in the Peruvian jungle, just doing her own thing, she walked through a swarm of flies, and one landed in her ear for just a few seconds. But that's enough time for it to lay 8 fucking eggs.
So that's what happened to her?
Yeah, when she was on vacation in Peru, one fly just landed in her ear for a second.
It said, doop.
So following the disturbing experience, Harris said that she suffered no long-term medical problems. Am I slurring?
I think so. Are you drunk?
I feel like my brain is working faster than my mouth is. Okay, let me try that again.
Me AF.
So following the disturbing experience, Harris said she suffered no long-term medical problems and in fact lost her mild phobia of bugs. She said, I'm no longer as squeamish about bugs as I was. How can I be when they've bit inside your head? I feel like that would make me even more scared. She had larvae in her head.
I feel like I wouldn't be able to live, let alone bugs. I'd be like, I can't live. I can't.
You can't even.
Because I would literally feel like they were still there.
Yeah.
Like nothing would make me feel okay to the fact that like
I feel like I'd be like every morning I'd be like, can I get another CAT scan?
Right. Can we just get one in the house? Because I need to live and breathe this CAT scan.
Oy. They definitely could have missed one.
Nope. See? And then those could have laid eggs.
Well, it would just turn into a butterfly in your brain.
I don't think it works like that.
I don't know. Have you tried it?
I really, do you know that stupid saying where it's like you swallow 6 spiders a night? That really fucked with me.
Yeah, I don't think it's a night. I'm pretty sure it's like a year, if not a lifetime. I was just talking about this with my coworker.
I think it's true. How many times do you sleep with your mouth open? Probably every night.
Yeah, but how many? Oh my God, my bed in the basement with the centipedes falling from the damn ceiling.
I'm saying those
all
in your mouth.
I probably ate a whole salad full of centipedes. A salad of centipedes. Centipede salad. coming right up.
Is like that bad for you? Are bugs bad for you?
I don't know. I feel like it's just protein. They're not clean. I feel like they're really germy. And if given the choice, I probably wouldn't eat them because I'm vegetarian. But like, I don't know. Bugs don't really freak me out. I mean, that freaks me out. Maggots in your ears. But I don't know. When I lived with they weren't even centipedes. They were like the millipedes. They had the big legs. Remember that? And the little antennas. And I would always take pictures of them and send them to you.
Yeah. Great.
Those don't really scare me. They're fast.
That's because they have 1,000 legs.
1,000.
They better be fast with 1,000 legs.
My God, buying shoes would be impossible.
You would have to buy like $1,000 worth of shoes for all those legs.
Oh my God, the fucking Louboutins? Are you kidding me? I'd be bankrupt. So that's the urban legend of maggots in someone's head. I remember there was this kid, Raul, and he stuck, it was in second grade. Raul, and I will never forget it. He stuck a pencil in his ear, and when he pulled it out, the eraser and the metal part on the eraser popped out and were stuck in his ear.
Someone stabbed me with a pencil in middle school.
Someone stabbed me with a pencil too. His name was Alex Borowitz. He sat next to me in homeroom. He stabbed me with a pencil and I still have a scar.
Mine was Michael Duffy, and he almost died because he had a appendix and it bursted. Don't fuck with me, bitch.
Don't fuck with a witch, bitch. We make shit happen.
No, but seriously, he literally just looked at me and stabbed me with a pencil, and I was like, "Whoa, are you good? Do you need to talk to somebody? I don't know."
Someone get him some holy water, cheese and rice. Yeah, I guess that's what kids do when they like people. Stab them with pencils.
All right. So my next one is about Lindy Chamberlain. Did you ever hear about this?
No. What's the urban legend? Or do you not want to fuck it up?
I'll just say it. I said it for the other one. So the urban legend is she claims that a dingo ate her baby, but everyone thinks that she actually killed it.
A dingo?
A dingo.
Isn't that like a kangaroo dog?
Yeah. So, they were in a tent in Australia, and her 9-week-old baby was sleeping, and people said that she slashed her infant's throat.
Oh my God!
And then made up a story to
that
cover
the dingo
it up.
ate the baby.
Yeah. So on October 29th, 1982, a jury convicted her of murder. She was sentenced to life in prison. They made a 1988 film on it called A Cry in the Dark. Meryl Streep is in it.
Oh shit!
Right. And she...
Does she play the Australian lady? A dingo ate my baby.
Yes, that's what it is. It just said that. The famous punchline, a dingo ate my baby. So the couple was questioned after the baby's knit jacket appeared in 1986 and was buried next to a dingo lair.
Oh my God, they have layers?
Yeah.
What kind of evil fucking shit y'all got down under?
I'm saying. So Chamberlain was free. She was let free.
Wait, why?
Because they
found the jacket.
They found the jacket by the dingo lair. So they're like, oh shit, this woman isn't lying. There was actually got...
Unless somebody planted it there.
Let her go.
Well, I don't know.
Her baby got mutilated.
I know, but I'm just being objective here. It could have been like her hubby or someone else could have been like, let me take this old jacket and fucking shove it.
2 years later, this was after she got thrown in jail for...
Yeah, but she could have had a friend who wasn't in jail do it.
Right. So 2 years earlier, 77% of Australians believed that she was guilty. And it wasn't because of her story. One source says her religion was suspicious.
What religion?
Her husband was a pastor in the Seventh-day Adventist church.
Oh yeah, that's the church that we talked about in the cult episode.
So rumors were that the church was a cult that practiced infant sacrifice.
Yeah.
And that her daughter's name was Azria, which meant sacrifice in the wilderness. Another part was that the way she carried herself.
her swag, if you
I guess
will.
she didn't cry in court, so they were like, she's guilty.
Y'all can't do
She
that
was called
though.
cold.
Y'all
Right.
can't do that. I hate when people. Okay, there are certain select things that that are, you can not judge about somebody, but you can kind of be like, wow, that's a weird thing to say. That's a weird way to act when your baby just possibly got eaten by a dingo.
You don't know how people are gonna act.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. I'm so sick of this huge phenomenon that people have to act a certain way when they're upset. Everyone carries things differently.
Right, exactly. But I mean, like, that was what I've listened to people argue about God, I don't know how anybody can argue about the Casey Anthony cat.
Oh my god,
case.
yeah, but isn't she actually guilty? Didn't she actually kill her
Yes,
child?
but like the thing that people were saying
I was
was
like,
that
she didn't even cry.
well, yeah, but also when she was in court, she said nothing about the child. It was all like, well, why is this happening to me? Why me? Why me?
Some
me,
people
me,
are
me?
selfish as shit.
That's a whole nother. She fucking did it.
She did it, but I'm saying some people are like that.
She's sick as fuck. If you're listening to this, turn it off.
We don't want your kind.
We don't. Get the fuck out of here.
So basically, after everyone found out that a dingo actually ate her child,
They were like, oh shit, sorry, girl.
Australians expressed remorse for jumping to conclusion. So Time magazine reports that dingo, a dingo ate my baby. Dingo ate it. Dingoes have been known to attack humans. On a television footage from Chamberlain's trial, there was images of wild dogs looking for food, and dozens of dingo attacks have been made in the news, including a 2001 mauling that killed a 9-year-old boy.
Oh,
Right.
we don't have dingoes, but we got coyotes.
And that is coyotes, and that is the story of a dingo killing a child.
It's sad either way. At the end of the day, it's like a baby died.
Yes, I love that compassion. Give me more.
No, I'm serious. I'm just saying.
I am serious too. Most people don't have that anymore.
Oh. All right. Are you ready for mine?
I'm Rhett.
I feel like this occasionally pops up on the news, but it's like more like an urban legend, if you will, that it's the middle of the night. You wake up. You look on your nightstand and you realize that your glass of water is empty and you drank it all before you went to bed. So now your bladder's full. So what do?
Get up and go to the bathroom.
So you sneak out of bed and you walk down the hallway, you get to the bathroom, you turn your light on, you're tired. You can't really see shit because you just woke up, and you open the toilet and there's a fucking snake in it.
Psych. Oh my god, I almost did this one.
A motherfucking snake. Now you bet your ass.
Crikey.
You bet your ass when I saw the footage and I saw pictures of this
No.
actually happening,
I felt it stretch.
I was gonna say my butthole clenched. I could literally juice a whole lemon.
Oh no, I felt mine like.
Oh no, I
felt-
tensed up. No,
I felt it.
No, fucking take me out to dinner if you're trying to do that. So here we go. Just a couple of stories of friendly snake in the toilet. And this was when I texted you that I was fucked up. And
Oh, right.
I was literally standing in front of my toilet and I was like debating. I was like, God, I need to like shit, but I don't want to do it because I was just researching this.
Literally, and you'd be there for like a good 5 minutes.
No,
if something,
not me.
Like,
I got this speed poops.
Well, must be nice, but if something popped up, I'd be like,
Gotta
right
go.
in there. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the shit would knock it out.
But I don't know, maybe. Like a whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
Whack-a-mole with your dookie hole.
I love it.
So in January 2018, 2 months ago, January 2018, an outdoorsman in the Lone Star State, that's Texas for my out-of-state listeners, they may have saved someone from their own worst nightmare. A 5-foot Texas rat snake slithered out of a toilet. So Ben Tedrick, who is a vlogger, and he runs a YouTube series called Life on the Ranch. I actually looked it up. It's interesting content there. Interesting content. He posted a 6-minute video of the unexpected encounter on a Saturday at a previously vacant home. Now, granted, this was a vacant home in Brazos County. Whoa.
Brazos County.
My fucking
Are you
Texan,
good?
My inner Texan just came out, y'all. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
It begins with the big ol' rat snake peering out of the toilet as Tedrick decides how to safely remove the animal from the rural home that, again, had been vacant for years. So using a makeshift device out of a mop and a string, he managed to drag the serpent out of the toilet as shocked witnesses looked on. He said, "Y'all get ready to run." Or one man said that. He was, this is kind of sweet. Tedrick, who was afraid he would kill the animal by decapitating it, calmly pulled the critter out of the toilet by its head and coolly, like a motherfucking cucumber, walked outside. A guy in the background says, "He'll be back in the house in no time. We got to take him away from here. He'll find his way back. He'll find his way back now, you hear?" It's just a little Texas joke. I think that's a Tennessee or just maybe a Southern thing.
Because you're the only 10 I see.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I really mean that.
Oh. So he talked to a newspaper. This is kind of crazy. He talked to a newspaper and he said, "I was impressed. I had him out about 3 feet when he coiled up again and he pulled me forward. If a motherfucking snake
Pulled you by your asshole?
No, he was pulling it out. It was a vacant house. Do you listen? You don't. It's okay. You've got things you've got to do.
I was trying to email you this Urban Legends quiz.
Oh, I already have it.
Fuck, since I got a Mac, I don't know how to fucking work shit.
Your Mac fucked up.
Yeah, I did.
So yeah, it fucking pulled him. Like, what would that have done if it was his asshole? It would have pulled out some intestines.
Funny story about a snake. This is really quick.
Oh, is that not the funny part? I'm sorry.
Ew, you do a really good fake laugh. That makes me nervous. We've been friends for 6 years, but I've never, red flag. Anyway. I was at my friend's house. They live in, a really nice development. So, it's all woods and shit.
A really nice development in the woods.
So, I see this thing on the ground. I thought it was a stick, so I was about to pick it up, but it was actually a snake. So I literally
I did that before. I almost stepped on a thing. I thought it was a stick, and then the motherfucker moved. I used to have this garden snake that lived, when I lived in Illinois, we had a garden snake outside, and we made a little house for it. His name was Ralph.
Was it your mom's idea?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Well, only because...
She's a saint.
Only because,
Hi, Mom.
he kept all the animals from coming into the garden because he would just chill there and no animals would want to come and eat my mom's chrysanthemums. He said, "Fucking try to eat these chrysanthemums, bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
I'm a chrysanthemum fuck you up. Sock 'em, rock 'em, pick 'em up and drop 'em.
Sock 'em boppers."
Yeah, so that was him. He suggests, if it happens to you, I wouldn't do anything rash like pour chemicals down the toilet or anything. This guy, he honestly, he just loves the
cute.
snake. Yeah, he's not. You can check out his vlog, but he's like, "Don't hurt the animals. Yeah, don't pour chemicals on them. It's just a wildlife. They were here before us. They tempted Eve with the tempting fruit, and now they're here to
stay,
to lick your booty,
lick your balls."
So that's one story. Here's another story. Isaac McFadden was a young boy from Texas. Hey, Texas. What's up, Lone Star? So he woke up on a Tuesday morning, headed to the bathroom. To his surprise, he found a rattlesnake, not a rat snake, a rattlesnake, slithering up his toilet. Remember, the last one was a rat snake in an abandoned house. This is a man in Texas. Well, it's an 8-year-old kid in Texas, and it's a rattlesnake in his toilet.
Abort mission.
So Isaac says, "I found him in a big clump, and I knew it was a snake."
Oh, good job.
I would have been like, "Christopher, you left your dookie in the toilet again." I'd have flushed that shit. Sorry, I'm literally turning Texan on you here. So he quickly called his mom, who then called Isaac's older brother to get a shovel to kill the snake.
How is he going to fit the shovel in the toilet?
With a lot of hope.
Oh my God.
Listen, I've done a lot of things on a toilet with a lot of hope, and I'm in one piece.
Lottah Hope.
Barely.
I love that. You should name your child.
Lottah.
Lottah Hope.
Lottah is the first name. Lotta. H.
Lottahh.
H. 2 H's. Second H is silent. And then her middle name will be Hope.
Lottahh Hope Carson. Oops.
Lottahh Hope McClarkson.
Matt Carter.
Matt Carter. This episode's a mess.
I know.
We're just saying whatever the fuck we feel like saying.
I
God
think
damn
it's
it,
good.
it's our podcast. Eat
We'll
my
do
ass.
what we want. Do you ever see that Vine where it's like, dude, this is your space. This is your ass. You can't do that to you.
No. Must have missed that one.
It's so good.
Cassie killed the snake while the father called big country snake removal. When the technician arrived, he found 24 Western diamondback rattlesnakes.
Nope.
13 in the cellar, 5 adults and 5 babies under the house, and then 1 snake in the toilet, which entered through a relief pipe.
Nope. Abort. Burn the whole house.
Rattlesnakes are secretive and can be very cryptic. What the fuck does that mean? They
Throw the whole house away.
They can be cryptic? Are they like
They're
tweeting in
sneaky.
Morse code? So they rely heavily on their camouflage. The company warned on its Facebook page. This is simply how they survive. Just because you don't see them doesn't mean they're not there. They're probably literally everywhere in my basement. Bitch!
This one?
Wait, bitch, how could I
This
forget this?
basement?
How could I
This
forget
one?
this? How could I forget this? No, not this basement.
Oh, okay.
My parents' house.
You made me sleep in that basement.
My parents' basement, ladies and gentlemen, is
You-
finished. It's a finished basement.
Made me sleep there.
My brother goes down one day, and there's a fucking snake
Just chilling.
in the basement on the floor.
That could have went up to your kitchen.
Yeah, it could have fucking ate my food.
Oh my god. You
Listen,
made me sleep down there.
I did. I was hoping the snake would come and eat you, little rat. You little rat.
You're a rat.
You're a fucking rat. Get out of here. Yeah, so that's terrifying.
Is that the only time? Like, how did it get in? How do you keep them from coming in? Like,
We don't know. We have no idea how it got in. It had to have been through like a hole in the wall, I'm
it
assuming.
could have got baby.
This was years ago. I think it was right when we first moved in.
Oh.
And then baby ran away. And a hawk got it. That's my cat. For those of you who don't know. Oh, it's coming up on 2 years. It was Easter morning.
Damn.
Yeah, the cat got out. Cat's out of the bag. I'm still not over it.
Literally.
I joke, but it sucks. So
Gotta say jokes to cover your actual feeling.
it's literally me. So this article I have to read verbatim because it was so funny. So here's another story. Nature's Call forced Nadij Brunaki, who is 38, into a dark bathroom. Am I okay? In her Cobble Hill, Brooklyn apartment in the wee hours of Monday morning. While washing her hands, she glanced back at the toilet to find a 7-foot-long python staring back at her.
Nope.
Did you hear where I said this was? This
Yeah.
wasn't in Texas. This was in Brooklyn.
Python?
7-foot-long python in Brooklyn, hanging out, probably on its way to see Carrie Bradshaw, trying to have a snake in the city.
How does a python even live in there?
Don't know. So she turned on the lights and she screamed, "Oh my God," said the hysterical restauranteur.
Stop
That's
it.
so, it says hysterical. I thought it was hysterical. She said it made her heart race. I fucking bet it did. She slammed down the lid and put a heavy box on top of it and called the city agent.
What box is 7 feet long?
No, she put a heavy box on top of the toilet seat.
Oh.
She didn't put it, the snake was in the toilet. So she closed it. So she called the city agents and they said, "We don't do snakes."
Oh god.
I would have been like, "Well, yes, the fuck
Wait,
you do today."
imagine the whole entire body of the snake had to be like in the pipe while the
Yeah.
head was just like, hey,
7 feet.
no.
So she was anxious and she thought that if she flushed it, like it would still, something would still happen. Blah, 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 blah. Nobody knows where the snake came from or how it made its way up 3 stories in a Brooklyn apartment. A python.
7 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
No. Abort. I'll pass.
So a first story, where am I going? Yeah, a first story tenant said she reported seeing the creature slither down the basement steps 8 days earlier. It was probably hanging
Why
out
wouldn't
in
you
everyone's
say
toilet.
anything?
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Hello?
So she still says when I brush my teeth, I look over my shoulder.
You think?
Fucking I would too.
I think I blame the neighbor who literally saw it and didn't say shit.
Right, thank you. Oh my God, I like went a little crazy with these stories. I have like 4 more, but I'll tell you this one because this one you gotta hear. So May 2016, a python crawled out of a man's toilet in Thailand while he was dropping a deuce, and it latched on to his penis.
That must have hurt really bad. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
His name is Adaporn Bunmakiayo.
I'm sorry, Adaporn. Adaporn?
Yes, Adaporn, Attaporn. He had a good 30 minutes wrestling with the snake before he passed out of.
Wow.
He passed out of blood loss.
Yo.
Yeah,
Yikes.
he was fine. He managed to keep his penis. Added boy, Adaporn.
Yes.
I fucking hate this because honestly, when I'm home, I sit down to pee, and now I feel like I can't even do that in the comfort of my own home.
Literally, though. I feel like I can't do anything in the toilet now. I'm just gonna abort all toilets. I guess I'll shit in my cat's litter box.
Oh my, why don't we do that anyway? Like, I've done that before, and people judged me for telling them that. Are you judging me?
No.
Okay.
I'm just a little shocked.
Well, my cat fucking does it. Nobody blinks a goddamn eyelash. What is that? Nobody bats a lash.
Yeah, it's bats and eyelash.
Nobody bats a lash. But when I do
Right
it,
off the back, I should have knew.
you should have fucking knew. There's so much margarine for error. So what's your favorite urban legend? Or which ones do you remember? I remember one in particular.
Urban legends that are true or just urban
No,
legends?
just like urban legends that
I
you remember
love Bloody
hearing
Mary.
when you were a kid and you believed it.
Bloody Mary.
Mm-hmm.
That shit used to scare the shit out of me.
I read this thing that's like, when you're in the dark for too long, your brain actually like, and especially if you're scared, your brain kind of
Sees
distorts
things,
your
right?
face. Yeah. But there was one, it was called like Blue Baby or something, and it had to do with a pillow, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was too scared to do it. So I never actually did it.
My friends used to make me do it all the time.
Yeah. I like that shit though.
I know
We
you
should
do.
do Bloody Mary. But I remember Hookman. Did you ever hear about
that
Hookman?
was really scary.
My mom told me there was a man in the woods.
Your mom told you?
Yeah, there was a man in the woods by my uncle's house because I was at his house when she was telling me this, and she said there was a man in the woods and he has a hook for a hand and he just like lives in the woods, and I bought that shit so hard. And then when I saw, I was watching I Know What You Did Last Summer, and they're talking about the story because it's like an urban legend that, you know, the couple's in the car and they hear the scratching on the top of the door and it's the hook hand or some shit like that, or they hear the blood drop. That's what they're arguing about in the movie. I don't fucking whatever version of the story you heard. And I was so stupid. I was like, that's Hookman. I know where he lives. He lives by my uncle. My cousin's like, you're fucking stupid.
Oh my god. See, I feel like you yell at me for stupid comments.
I was also 8.
I'm 25.
Listen.
Oh my god, your socks have Pikachu on them?
Yeah, my socks do have Pikachu. Carly got me these.
Cute. Oh my god, Carly, those socks are cute AF.
She doesn't listen to this fucking podcast. She's got too much shit to do.
Oh. That makes me sad.
I'll relay the message. Let's do the quiz, but before so, what was that everything we had?
Yeah.
That's everything we've got. If you guys have any fun urban legends, let us know. I'd love to do another episode. I know that mine weren't so urban legendy, but I didn't really feel like doing
weren't
so many urban
either.
legends. I just wanted to do like
Fun stuff.
well, those were fears I had as a kid. I remember like thinking about like, y'all don't know what the fuck is in the bottom of that toilet hole. It gets real dark in there.
Also, what if it just like you don't know what happens after you sit down? It could be so smart that like it's gonna wait until you sit down and then
Nip at your asshole.
nip at your penis.
Yeah. Why are you giving me that look?
Because you have one.
Oh, okay. So tweet the week.
Yes. My tweet of the week is by @IDillionaire, and she says, if you're working on yourself and aren't noticing any quick changes, don't give up. You're building from the inside out. Your internal reality will soon manifest into your external reality. All that mental, physical, and spiritual work you're doing is about to pay off.
Love it. God damn it, we're inspiring
We sure are.
by reading other people's tweets.
Right. I was going to read mine, but I read... No. It's not.
Okay, so my tweet of the week was a picture. and a tweet. So the picture had a quote on it. It said, "Don't get too busy making a living that you forget to make a life. The words might have a few miles on them, but the meaning sure is as important as ever." And that was from @Dolly Parton. Still not over the fact that she liked my tweet. Still not over it.
I love her.
And my fun fact, back to back, hitting you with the Dolly wham bam. So the house used in the 1982 Dolly Parton film The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas is the same house that Rob Zombie used in House of a Thousand Corpses. And I learned that from our friends over at Good Morning Nancy podcast.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, they were talking about House of a Thousand Corpses. If you guys like horror movies, you should go listen to them. Seriously, they're dope as shit. That movie was so good. Did you see the not the House of a Thousand Corpses? I mean, that movie was good. The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
No,
it's literally like Dolly Parton, Burt Reynolds, and Burt Reynolds' mustache.
Oh, a feature.
Yeah, there's guns, booze, and boobs. It's an American classic. It's up there.
I love it.
It's up there on. It's tied for my favorite with A Bug's Life.
Yeah, same spectrum. Did you guys know Google was originally named Backrub?
What?
Yep.
No.
Mm-hmm.
What is that even? Why?
I don't know. They didn't explain.
I'm having like a little bit of an earache in my right ear, and it's kind of concerning me. I feel like there's a maggot in there.
Yes. Abort mission.
I'm like paranoid to like go swim in the ocean.
If I go missing,
Cynthia Nixon.
No, refer to my Twitter.
Okay. What does that even mean? Oh, because of your tweet?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought about that today, and I think that's why I probably didn't like it.
Yeah.
So, we are going to take a quiz. Which urban legend are you?
This first question, what? Choose an everyday situation. Eating dinner, driving to work, feeding your pets, going to the gym, listening to music, doing laundry, drinking beer, lots of beer, brushing your teeth, watching television. I'm going to say listening to music.
I'm going to say drinking beer.
My favorite thing to do.
All right, pick an animal.
Momo.
We've got a gorilla. We've got
What is that?
an anteater, maybe?
Yeah.
We've got a rat. We have got an
That's a mouse.
You're right. We got a mouse. We got an alligator. We have a hyena. We've got a tortoise. We've got a badger, a parakeet, a bird of some sort, and then a snow leopard.
I'm going to do a snow leopard.
I'm going to do the thing that we don't know.
All right. Arm yourself. Shotgun, machete, crossbow, flamethrower, ninja stars, crowbar, slingshot, granada, proton pack.
That was a grenade, by the way.
I know.
Well, they don't because...
Oh, it's grenade. If y'all don't play Call of Duty, you should.
Bitch, you don't know Call of Duty?
Granada.
I'm going to pick a flamethrower.
Me too.
Because I wouldn't know how to aim with anything else. So, what are you afraid of? Rats, strangers, heights, small spaces, crowds, dying alone, the boogeyman, Michael Jackson, or ghosts?
That was really fucked up. Michael Jackson was a really good musician.
I'm going to say heights.
I'm going to say ghosts. I'm really scared of,
Spooky ghosts.
Yeah, like poltergeist, demon type shit. I don't fuck with that. What did you dream about? What do you dream about at night? Water, rivers, and oceans. This is like not an accurate question. Flying, mermaids, blackness, nothing but blackness. Fluffy puppies, falling, ways to blackmail your boss. You dream you're in a musical. Food, so much food. I'm gonna say blackness because I don't ever remember my dreams.
Which villain do you most despise? Skeletor, the Joker, Anton something, Hannibal Lecter, Dr. Evil, Darth Vader, T-1000, He Who Must Not Be Named, Lord Voldemort, or Barry Bonds.
Stop.
Oh my god. Who do you hate the most? I'm going to say Hannibal Lecter.
I'm going to say Skeletor. I don't actually despise him. Ooh. Oh.
It's a Tyler, the Creator advertisement.
Mine's misguided.
Okay.
Oh, you could skip it.
Yeah, I know.
What is your favorite place? bed, a library, gym, a restaurant, a park, a roller coaster, a bathroom, a bar, or a car.
I like the park.
Okay. I'm going to say the park. The parquet.
The parkettes. How would your friends describe you? Oh, this is perfect. So I'll pick yours, you pick mine.
I was just
Just
going to say that. Ew,
Ew,
get out of my head.
Like a little maggot. Get out of my head. Sorry. So how would you describe your friends? Intense.
Jonathan's going to choose intense for me.
Intense, trustworthy, intelligent, shy, creative, successful, friends, mysterious, or outgoing. All right, I'm going to pick yours. Yours is outgoing.
Okay, I'm going to pick yours. Yours is creative.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Which do you wish was real? Dragons, Flubber,
I have Flubber on my fridge upstairs.
El Dorado, the Fountain of Youth, Time Machine, Sasquatch, aliens. We all know aliens are real. Stop playing. Unicorns, Godzilla. I'm gonna say time machines.
You would fuck so much shit up.
I really would.
Don't
Should
do
I
it.
not do it?
I mean, it's what you wish. I'm gonna say
unicorns.
Yeah, I'm gonna no. Oh my god, what if they're actually really fucking mean and drive around and like kill people like in the cabin in the woods? Dude,
I already picked it.
this is how my brain works. I'm gonna pick unicorns also.
What did you get?
You got death by pop rocks and coke.
I got buried alive.
In this legend, your stomach explodes if you're drinking a soda right after eating pop rocks.
Damn, you're drinking sparkling water.
Yeah.
I think you should stop.
It just isn't a party without you. You lend a bit of explosiveness to every situation and have a bubbly personality.
Accurate.
You like to mix it up
Accurate.
with many different groups of people. That's actually pretty accurate.
Yes.
Interesting.
Woo. Sometimes you feel trapped. Yikes. But you have loads of potential and are just waiting for a chance to show it. Occasionally, situations take you by surprise, but you try to always be prepared for anything.
But at the end of the day, you're buried alive.
I'm literally always buried alive. I'm literally always in my bed, sad as shit.
Buried under
Blankets. And my child, which is my cat.
Charlie with a face.
Yes, sure. I just want to give a quick shout out to my mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. You're amazing. I love you. Thank you for everything.
You're great. I love you. And we love everybody. So thank you guys for listening. If you'd like to support the show, head on over to patreon.com/esoteric oddities. Any donation will do. If you can't give monetary, that's fine. Give us a little rating, please. We would really appreciate it, and we are grateful for those who have given us a little thumbs up. If you did not know, we are on Spotify and working on getting other places as well. Thank you guys for your continued support. Shower daily, brush your teeth, and look in the toilet before you poop. Bye.
Bye.